Assuming you enjoy hanging out with me as well. You should see this bad boy. You can come over and we both get to like us. You'll take some photos. I'll just watch Gussie whatever. I feel like for a lot of people, I wouldn't say
Are these activated, or we got to press the button? Well, one doesn't. I assume mine's on, but let me just give a quick arena off now. I think I'm online, everyone. Hello, ladies and gents. Dan, can you confirm whether or not we're on the mic? I'm Logan. I'm joined with Reese Godden. I think I'll only be here briefly because there's better commentators than me and I'm a little bit intoxicated. But for the time being, I'm the only solution. We have Kurt Dunham playing Rusty Wheeler, and Kurt annihilated Justin Sage in just expert fashion. Kurt was magnificent, and Sage really had no answer.
Yeah, I would have loved to see that match. I think I will go back and.
Kurt did
that's probably the match for me to go back and watch.
Kurt did Kurt things. You know, I think you know what I mean when I say Kurt things too. I mean, you played the guy.
I know it firsthand.
Yeah.
From being 7-3 up on him to going.
Oh, thanks, Marty.
Down.
And thanks, Brandon. Can hear this Logan Blake. Well, yeah, I'm the Logan Blake. And Rusty beat Robbo. And sorry. Too loud.
Yeah.
Rusty beat Robbo, and Robbo was my pick to win.
Yeah,
Robbo was pure. He was playing unreal. I thought he'd let it slip though, to be honest.
As much as I really rate Robbo as a person, especially in recent times, and it's somewhat good to see Rusty still got it.
Yeah.
Like realistically, he's won tournaments recently, but
speaking
I don't know
of,
if he's
he's
proven
landed
himself
awful
against some of the best, like that kind of scenario.
Yeah, no, I actually agree with you. He's not been bringing what he used to bring.
Well, it looks like he must be again to be beating Robbo.
Well, let's see if he nails this. And he didn't. So I'm thinking he's not bringing it. What do you reckon?
He did look not
beat
tidy on that, but I wouldn't say his game is built around tidy, so it's hard to say.
I thought, from what I saw, but I didn't see the whole match, so this is caveated by that.
Yep.
I thought Robbo made a significant amount more errors against Rusty than he did against anyone else he'd played previously in the tournament, and that allowed Rusty to win. Yeah. Not that Rusty can't beat Robbo anyway.
That can be a Rusty thing, though. That can be like
certainly.
Rusty is.
Certainly.
He's a larger than life character kind of thing, and when he plays, some of the clearances he can make, you wouldn't really think that this stuff would work against Robbo to force errors out of Robbo just by making that super clearance.
Yeah.
But I think Robbo's seen it time and time again. But possibly that could have taken the edge off Robbo to just get punished for mistakes that he probably thought he shouldn't have.
I was commentating at 3-all, and at 3-all, Rusty did this putrid break. Full putrid. One of those breaks where, like, 3 balls past the centre.
Yeah.
But one went in, 2 balls past the centre, so it was just fair. And he's made the clearance.
Yeah.
Listen, I think it's worth going back and listening to Scary, because the whole time he's like, well, this is impossible.
Just chasing.
And then Rusty's played his shot, and Scary's like, are you joking? They're now tapping. Yeah. How did this happen? How did we get here? And that gives you an idea of Rusty's factor, I suppose.
I think I said this to you yesterday, but I actually believe the most enjoyable thing in this game is when your opponent does a real crappy break and the balls don't spread, and then you clear on them.
You did.
It just makes them feel like there's just nothing that they can do to beat you, basically. Like when you played that 3 extraction clearance.
Who's on commentary?
Fire out.
Presently, it is myself, Logan Brand, and I'm joined by Reese Godden, state player Reese Godden. I'll only be here briefly. Until there's anyone to replace me, I'll be here. I think I'm better than no one, but anyone is better than me.
I think you're better than most.
Not when I'm para. I've had too many. But I don't think we should just have one person here talking away.
No, it gets a
Usually-
bit hard talking to
especially not
yourself.
in semis, yeah.
Joe, come on, Jake, stop.
Wow, how's this?
Oh, shot.
Oh, Jake has played a
Jake
delightful.
kicks off the match with a bang.
Jake has his entire fan club here.
Yeah.
I met Brenton. There was at the Gippy Cup. Brenton
Collier, yeah.
Bizarrely he had work experience
At the Gippy Cup.
So at
Wow.
Gippy Cup 3 years ago.
Yep.
Bizarrely, Brenton was doing some work experience in Wonthaggi,
Come on, Freak Joe.
which is where I was living.
Yeah.
He needed a ride home to Wonthaggi, and I drove him home.
Oh, you
So
might have told me this story.
I
Actually.
met Brenton there, and on grand final day we got together and got para.
Yeah.
Local Wonthaggi pub, and so I met Brenton and got to appreciate his Brentonness.
Oh, he's a,
And man,
there's much Brenton to appreciate.
there's much
Oh,
Brenton to
that's-
appreciate. And man,
I
does he
mean that
love Jake.
personality-wise, not just because he's
Oh, what a shot! What a
big
shot!
in stature.
What a shot by Kirk. And man, does he love Jake.
Yeah,
And
he
great
does.
Jake. And
I
so
just-
he's here cheering Jake on, and doesn't surprise me one bit.
Okay, funny little story.
Go on.
In the Jake versus Joey match,
Oh,
I was cheering for Joey.
Oh, really? You have him in the
partially just because up and coming Joey, great talent, and it'd be awesome for him to.
Wait.
He has beaten great players in.
I've just had a sip of a random drink. Oh my god!
Oh, wash it down with one of your two.
Sorry, go on.
So yeah, found myself in the position where Joey Joseph Evans, my doubles partner, playing against Jake, and he had a 6-2 lead apparently. I was playing a match when he did it. Got reeled in a little bit, and I come and watch the end. But 6-1. But
Jesus.
But yeah. Anyways, Jake being pretty close to my brother-in-law.
Yeah.
Was,
I'm glad we had the conversation we had yesterday, or I would have been thinking you was.
I think I got a few funny looks from people going, "What are you doing cheering against Jake? What do you mean?" I'll always cheer for Jake. I think Joey's the only person in the room who I would cheer for against Jake.
Ah, okay. Fair enough.
One being my doubles partner, and two just great.
Yeah,
Great to see young talent.
You were doubles partner with Joey. Joey plays for the Hub, where at a few events we played for.
Yeah, he's a hubber.
And he's a great kid. He's a legend. Everyone loves Joseph. It's hard not to.
It's funny. He actually mentioned to me in recent times. He thought his game was falling away a little bit, but I think this tournament has. I think it definitely would have proven to him that it is.
Reignited the passion.
Yeah. How's his angle? How's he like it? Is he making faces?
I reckon
Jake here.
he can screw back.
I think he's okay.
Am I naive to think he can screw back?
I think you don't want to be any further. I think he's okay.
Well, further means you can use the rail. That's almost better, isn't it?
I probably agree.
So
he may play this with top.
I want a Hub shirt, Logan, please. I'm not the person to speak to Naz.
We just
It's
put in an
actually
order.
Dakota.
We just
who
put
you
in an
should speak
order.
to about that. But you'd have to play for us at least at. Okay, let me restart that sentence. You have to play for us at least one event before you can get the shirt.
Yeah.
For some reason that was hard to say. Oh, Jakey. No reason why you wouldn't.
King Dick Dakota Cook is who you have to speak to.
Yes, Dakota is the God Emperor of the Hub. What would Tanaz's name be in the Hub? Ooh. So Jason Tanaskovic.
Tenacious.
Yeah. I was thinking like Tear. But we've already got Terry's ass up.
Yeah, Terry's ass up. That being Terry Shields.
Yeah,
Terry's
Shields is
ass
Terry's
up Shields.
You're Reesty. I'm Floggin. Anyway, Tanaz, come up with a name and maybe we'll put you on the short list. Anyway, back to this.
Hasn't gone well for Kurt there. I don't think he's had a little bad bump, killing a red. interesting to see. Matches are getting timed now. Apparently, they had one timer and they had a second. They were trying to get a second person to time.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, props to the volunteers for timing. I mean,
Yeah.
that is something I would never do in ever.
It's a tricky thing because, well, timing for one.
I think the damage is already done. We needed all the trannies matches to be timed, and we needed Gus's match to be timed, but Gus's match didn't end up ultimately affecting us.
You're actually amongst the match, so it's actually not a bad way to spectate. I think I'd say if I wasn't in commentary, I would be tempted to do the timing.
I would never do it in a million years. I just want to get blind drunk.
Well, that's also fair.
Yeah.
Test out Kurt's potting here.
The kid yelling
good.
at Jackie. I'm pretty sure that kid is Brenton Collier.
Has not touched the jaw there.
And yeah, Taylor. Look, we appreciate her. Hello. Oh, you're leaving? Oh, goodbye. Fist bump. Fist bump. Alright, one more staring contest.
Simon with a good little good opportunity to clearance here. Oh, Kurt. Wow, I think he definitely wanted to hit a little firmer. Put it in a more offensive spot. Or cover a yellow to that top right pocket. His red may not go if it's stuck to the yellow there though. I would it does not go. Looking at the overhead. We got overheads and everything back now.
We got all the tech.
After commented on that training match, it was really hard to judge angles and stuff.
What?
From a different camera, but look at this. We're back in full force, guys. With some great quality players, very deserving semi-finalists. Simon's played some super clean stuff. It hasn't all been, I would say, as gritty as that last match. Those who don't know the players, not that I know them like the back of my hand, but I'll try and give a bit of a run through. So Kurt Dunham, the first player, he was actually on the pro snooker circuit at one stage.
Kurt, yeah,
he was a professional snooker player at some stage, but he's had a lot of success in 8-ball as well.
He won a wild card in Australia to jump on the tour.
Yep.
I think it's Oceania. He won. Is that what it's called? Oceania?
Yeah, that's what
I know that's the name of the country in
and
1984. Okay.
Yeah, so he got a tour card that way and was a professional snooker player.
Good on him.
But has proved his pedigree in some 8-ball things, quite a few 8-ball things as well. I don't really want to try and list things because I'm not 100% sure. He was probably a bit before I got into the higher end of this stuff. But Rusty from Queensland, if you don't know Rusty, then you haven't followed 8-ball, basically.
So you're in the
Rusty
higher
the
end of this
freewheeler.
stuff, yeah?
I just mean like.
Will you sign my case?
I just mean
I'm getting good
knowing
players.
the good players.
All the good players I'm
being
mates
amongst
with signed my case. That means you probably got to sign it now. You made a state sign, you're a big deal.
My signature's pretty horrible. I don't know if you want it, but
I don't care. You should see Gussie's. It's almost embarrassing.
But Rusty,
Hey, Olan in the chat there.
Rusty the freewheeler. He's the massive character in the 8-ball circuit. Kurt with an insane shot. Yeah, that was.
Oh, that's a
very
great
well
shot.
executed. Arguably a bit
Jesus.
of luck in there, but he's hit it well enough that he probably deserved some of that luck. And for Rusty to be playing safe, he's only be paying attention to his frames a little more. But yeah, from Queensland, won many tournaments, won almost everything there is to win. Rusty, he was one of the greats of Australian 8-ball. No
Shot
argument
by Kurt.
against it.
Kurt's... Alright, if Kurt nails this black, it just shows the standard he's playing at right now.
Yeah.
Kurt won Oz Singles 2013. Thanks, Marty.
Yeah, I was
Sure
going
on
to
the
say
year.
that, but I didn't want to say it.
That's the year Scary thought it was. So good on approach to Scary's memory, and also Marty's, obviously. Yeah, Kurt beat Ben Noonan in the final 10-9. In WA, was it? Nice, Dan. Must be on cue ball. What a shot. Oh, what? I thought that was in. I take that back. I apologise, everyone.
Yeah.
And can you mute one commentator? I don't know if Darren wants you muted, but it's pretty rude of him to say that.
Yeah.
What a douche. Screw you, Darren, whoever you are. Reese is a lovely guy.
Hey, I might say some good stuff from time to time. Jake, also in the same boat as Rusty. I think Rusty was probably the Jake before Jake. Basically, yeah, Jake's won everything there is to win except for an Australian title, which he recently picked up in Chinese 8-ball.
So that counts. So he wanted.
So he has an Australian title. He's ticked the box, but
I guess that kind of does, but it's not the one he wanted.
Yeah, it's not an 8-ball. Well, it is an 8-ball. It's realistically, it's kind of the same as saying, you know, comparing it from a world rules to an international rules, really. But
actually, I think it counts.
So he's won an Australian
the monkey's
title.
off his back.
He's ticked the box. He's won everything there is to win.
Good on you, Jake. You legend. He could sign my case now.
Recently a great ambassador for Australia in the Chinese 8-ball.
How good is that? It's actually unreal. I love the Chinese 8-ball.
What has just happened? Oh.
So Kurt's attempted snooker, but he's...
I think he's played for a jaw.
Yeah,
I think he's played for his wizardry jaw shots, for those who are familiar with him.
It's one of the best shots you'll ever see.
And Simon is, to my knowledge, previously from England and now resides in New Zealand, and somewhat reigns supreme in New Zealand. Although I know there's a couple of players who will disagree with me there.
He's a magnificent player. Oh, g'day, Olan.
But I don't think anyone will argue that
Olan, if you have any issues with the commentary, just chuck me a message, all right? That seems the general approach. Yeah, I should have. Anyway.
Yep.
Jason, you're an Australian champion, aren't you, Jason? Yes, you can sign my case. Next time you see me, I keep a Sharpie in my little pull bag that I go around with. Next time you see me, you can sign my case, alright?
Yeah. Yeah, that was funny to watch. That was I think I need to pay a little bit more attention here because did Rusty miss to give those opportunities? I think Kurt had more opportunities than I would expect Rusty to give.
Kurt missed the black, the cut. So Kurt played like 3 brilliant shots and then missed the black. It was tough black. He missed the black, left it out of the hole, and then Rusty snookered him.
Played locked in,
and then done the deed.
Okay.
Guys, I'm literally only here. I'm only here because there's no one else, alright? As soon as there's someone else, I will leave. Okay, Dan's muting the chat so I can't see it. Alright?
Simon's break is good. Rusty's break. Oh, wait. Simon's break is dry. No, it's not. It's good. Rusty's break, good spread, but not good. Did not get a ball.
So Kurt's first at the table there, and both sets look extremely difficult. There's no opener, and probably the yellows of the ball.
Yes.
Oh, maybe not.
Just slightly.
Look at the black. The black's all awkward for yellows. He's decided to have a go at the yellows. This could be a blessing in disguise because both sets are extremely difficult. You kind of want your opponent to have a dip.
Yeah, it is a real... No, you
but
go
at the
first.
same
no,
time,
you go first.
Yeah, exactly,
Kind of clearance. But you don't like giving those to Rusty, though.
No, well, or Kurt. You don't like giving them to either of the players playing. That's why this match is so fascinating. They both They're both players who can make anything happen from any. Okay, black's on. Bang. Step
Problem
one.
solved.
So now it's just get on up to the top right-hand side of the table for the yellows to go to the top left. And then also play an incredibly good cut down the left-hand side rail. Right?
I was going to say to fix.
Oh my
That's
goodness.
not even a problem.
Imagine if he
Oh
pots
my-
this
no,
and then
he's
nudges
on
them.
that. He is
It's just
on
done.
that. He's made this a tap in set. That
If
shot
he
there
nails this.
is ridiculous.
If he nails this and gets the extraction, or just lands on...
It doesn't
Oh,
matter. He
he's
doesn't
filth.
need the extraction down. He doesn't get it.
He's already solved everything. I just outlined the incredibly difficult things he has to do it, and he's already done it.
That. Oh.
Never mind.
I was
He
about
half
to
did
say
it. And
that
there's
people
that
is
Q shake in
Rusty
anger
Wheeler.
because he's failed. Oh well. Good effort. That was a great effort, actually.
He's always very good at making the hard stuff look easy. He's not usually good at making the easy stuff look hard like that.
So now Kurt on the reds. What do you reckon? Do you start with this double on the left-hand side, and then every ball goes?
You've got to back yourself as a doubler. You've got to sit there and think that this is at least a 90% double.
I feel
to
like
take it
Kurt's a
on.
doubler.
He's a doubler.
Well, now I'm more confident that Kurt's a doubler.
Kurt is the doubler.
And he's landed fat on the one other problem ball. I was about to say that ball's a little bit awkward because it doesn't really go to the middle. And he's just landed fat.
Yeah, it is his main probably problem ball. Like there's a little bit of positional other things that have to
No,
happen.
he's not landed in such a way that he can get easy position. Actually, never mind.
He
The
can
red
play
goes to the top left, doesn't it?
He doesn't need to do
Yeah,
anything.
he's actually solved
he can
every
choose to
problem.
if he wants to.
Yeah.
But
Just a little stun off the rail. Just don't be on the rail. Yeah. Bang. I'd be shocked if he doesn't get these now.
yeah,
Oh, Simon. Oh, that's a
Still-
horrendous result for Simon on the right-hand side.
oh, he put himself there.
Oh, no, he cut the ball in on the left-hand, to the left-hand top pocket, and he's nudged the ball on the rail, and it's landed there.
Oh,
In
okay.
the worst possible spot.
Oh wow.
Meanwhile, Kurt's just...
I think
He's got a choice of
yeah.
everything.
I think he wants the red to the left center.
Uh-huh.
But
And
I
then
think
play
he's
the...
come slightly far.
You think?
So he may turn
Yeah,
it
fair.
down.
Simon, that's all we had.
Go on, Richard!
Tricky one this though.
Good, Yankee!
One of them shots you'd like to be able to screw off the rail before the red over the centre pocket, but he might have too much angle. It might not. That's what he's doing.
You think he just float? No,
think he's
he's
got
jacking up.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
There it
get
is.
under the red, and yeah, you're moving the red,
Ah,
but
moved-
yeah,
wow.
you'll move it to there. Yeah,
Wow.
that's brilliant.
The read of
That's
that
what I
shot
thought he'd do,
is
and it's
actually-
exactly what he did.
I never
If
thought.
only I could actually play him, Reese.
Wow.
It's a great shot. Now you just screw back and then screw back. You're
Yeah.
playing the same shot 3 times, really.
Yeah, I didn't really read that. I thought it'd be hard to go into it. Like if you get the red, you're gonna push the red too far. I
You were
read.
always hitting it from rail first into it, which means it was always just clipping it, not like full on hitting it.
Yeah, but he was queuing down on the ball. It can,
Unless you
it can
get too
easily
into
jump
it.
and hit the ball before it thinks about
Well,
screwing
you
into
just
the rail.
time it well.
Yeah,
and he
well.
times it well because he's a brilliant player. We would
Like
make
a
a jump.
genius.
Well, sorry, I would make a jump. You'd probably actually deserve it.
Come on, Free Show!
Now I can screw off and just anyway. Well done, Kurt, proving how you beat Justin
This here
11-2.
Let's go, Yankee!
doesn't need a lot of thought, but it'll be interesting to see which way he goes about this. There's options here.
Both frames are sort of over at this point.
Plays it with the fizz
actually,
and
he
gets
played that
punished.
horrendously.
But
He
gets
didn't play
punished.
the side on it that he
Well,
needed.
He had it on it, but the rails are a bit slicky, but I think he underscrewed it. I think he nearly needed to come at the rail just slightly more angle. But
He played the last match on the same table.
in saying that, there's no reason why he couldn't roll that in and roll the black to the centre.
No, I agree with his shot. Because I don't know
Yeah.
why you don't just overdo it.
Yeah, I'm
Just
not
can't
saying
underdo
what he did was wrong, but
Now he's missed
I
that.
think once you miss that clearance, I think then that argument
Yeah,
definitely
yeah.
comes out. Okay, probably should have rolled it and
Absolutely,
rolled the black to the centre.
It's a clear error by Kurt. He'd actually done all the work, and then he's left Rusty, the well.
Taking a little bit to get going, but it makes some sense. They have had a good rest in between the last 2 matches.
Yeah, absolutely.
But even that's not tidy. Rusty is extremely good at making light work of this, though. Yeah, that needed side on it, and it needs to bite off the rail. never a doubt that Rusty's going to make
Just
that
used
happen.
to being there, isn't he?
Yeah.
Alright, well, 2-1 to Rusty Wheeler.
Good opportunities created by both players out of good pool, but yeah, not quite finishing like they'd hoped to
Yeah.
at this stage.
So Simon on the reds on the right hand side. Dan, can you add the colours? The colours. Simon's on red. So go red, left, or right.
The other left.
Yeah, the other left. Maybe let me know when you're on.
Oh,
Just letting you guys know, the second Jamie is ready to jump on, I'm gone, alright? I'm just a temporary solution, okay? Please don't be too mean to me in the chat, alright? I'll cry myself to sleep.
yeah. People should really realise that small brand is not malicious. I'm not sure how many will get the reference. Yeah, there's a few pieces to that puzzle.
It's actually a very elaborate contraption you've assembled there. Alright, anyway. Simon, he's let himself hampered, but other than that, he's made good work.
Yeah,
with
he's
his
made.
balls.
I've seen him play shots similar and have very little difficulty with him. Over the tournament.
Simon's mapping has really impressed me. Absolutely, he's kept such a good white and nice mapping.
I'd say he's a different style player to the other three in these semi-finals. I think he is super clean. I'd put him more in like the Justin Sage. Maybe like Robbo, but Robbo's probably...
He's closer to Sage and
Robbo's
Robbo.
probably more of a big shot taker-honorer, where Justin is a controller of the game.
Oh, Justin.
Same as Justin.
Simon,
Same as Simon, yeah.
I've really... I mean, we've known how good Simon was from the Pro Series. We've sort of got a glimpse of his experience. And he's demonstrated that this weekend. I mean, he lost to Jake, but that was an exceptionally high standard match.
Yes, yeah, I agree.
And Simon against Tranny sort of let it slip a bit early. He was very shaky, very off.
But then he's proven himself to come back.
He's come back from 6-0 down.
Yeah.
Tranny's never going to give you anything.
And 8-2 or something.
Yeah.
8-3.
It was so hard, and Simon did the job. He's a brilliant player. Great to watch.
Yeah.
With his weird 9-ball cue he's using, the carbon fibre, fibre glass.
You can't argue with results. Wow.
That's what Rusty needs to not be doing. Those careless little shots.
That's the sort of stuff that Rusty
At the same time, it's hard. I mean, you look at that yellow towards the black. He's got to be on a 5-cent piece to actually get that. And yeah, he's punched the table. He knows he's messed up.
He plays a very loose kind of control, Rusty. Kirk can't even grab it.
Yeah, Kurt's like, Yeah, if your opponent accidentally nudges the ball there, you're never taking the foul. How do you handle that situation?
It's horrible, isn't it? Because it's like realistically, he shouldn't have to.
No, he shouldn't. But yeah, anyway, I've always wondered that.
Arguably, that wasn't a tricky one, but I think he was looking at the table while he was trying to do it. Yeah, where you're like trying to grab a ball out of a pocket that's smothered by two balls. And you gotta get your hand in a tight gap, and
you
you're
just go to your opponent. Can you grab this,
person
please?
who fouled
I don't want to.
So they can't be punished.
Great shot.
Come on, Jakey, let's go, bud.
He's played that perfectly. Now they're all captains, aren't they? The ball to the black the ball near the black goes, and
Yes, mate.
It's a bit of like the only annoyance, isn't it? Is that the ball near the black is your last ball, and it should. I don't know if it should be.
It doesn't need to be. He can actually play this ball down here, play that ball, and then have everything at the top left, right?
You can, but it does. It's not the way it naturally maps. It naturally maps, I feel, for that ball, that red to the centre
Look,
last.
I don't know if pool's a very natural game, and therefore, is there a natural way of going? That's a question for the philosophers, I believe.
I'd say it's just natural. Yeah. So he sees this naturally the same way as me in that
He naturally sees
in that
this
he's
situation very naturally.
probably going to use the red next to the black last.
Yeah, I agree. Great.
The straightness on this is it's actually really good. It's actually really good.
Yeah.
Because the problem with this is if you have angle on that ball, you're running low of the red and then you're playing into the black after it kind of thing. Where if he stuns it like that, there's nothing to it. You're always straight enough.
So this is all about controlling the nudge on the black, assuming there is one.
There isn't none.
There isn't one. You reckon he
There
just
is
doesn't?
none.
Well, you were right. What do I know?
There was a chance.
I thought there was a bit of nudging, and he had to control.
Yeah, the slide off. But when you slide off
yeah.
at that thin and somewhat that soft, it's not going to go far.
But then you want it to go to the top left.
No, never.
don't?
Never. Not on that. Not.
Well, I've learned.
You have to be fairly thin on that to
Yeah,
be turning it down. You just
Yep.
need your screw. You need a screw soft so it responds
time it nice so it
instantly.
bites
like
before,
you
yeah.
don't want it to move sideways into the black and then screw.
This cloth makes it easy, doesn't it? Either Superfine or FSN makes that
Yeah,
bite shot easier.
well,
doesn't it?
Yeah, I would say so. I have been saying that I think
Dan's
the
going to
rails
replay
on-
a beautiful shot that Kurt played here. Anyway, sorry,
the
go on.
rails on these tables play slick. I feel
Yep.
like that things have been sliding off them with side and stuff.
The shot was
But the
actually
bed-
magnificent, wasn't it?
The bed plays really responsive, I believe.
Here we go. Watch this. How good's this? Beautiful.
Ping ping.
It's a work of art. That's an oil painting of a shot. Wouldn't you say?
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, back to the...
That's the.
Wait, what happened? How were 4 reds potted? Was that the break? 4 reds potted off the break.
It must be.
What a phenomenal
quite
break
good.
then. Dan, you ruined it with your replay. But thanks anyway, that replay was extraordinary. Oh, sorry, I'm just an idiot. Well, we knew that. Rusty's just sledgehammered that break. He's got 4 reds. And
Yeah.
I hope he gets his out after that break. That's sexy time. And he has, I reckon. He's done all
He
the
has
work.
left very little traffic. He has potted 4 reds off that break.
Yeah. And look at the yellows that they went stupendously.
And as it always goes, he's pushed to go yellows.
Well, Brenton against Sean Partridge in the first round, he did the break where he potted 4 reds and he was on the
And-
reds.
oh, no, on the
and
reds.
they were actually
And they were good.
they were tap ins.
Yeah.
But he messed it up.
Oh no.
He's tried to over finesse a shot.
It's so rare
anyway,
for that
yeah.
to happen. It's
Yeah,
so much more
the other
likely
ball
that
looked
you're
good,
just
yeah.
on a yellow and the yellows aren't that bad.
It was
Take
actually
it.
sickening because it was
Have
after
options.
Brenton did this huge comeback. He got to 8 all and then did a break where he potted 4 reds and the yellows were tap ins or something like that. Oh, no, potted 4 reds and the reds were tap ins and then he messed it up and Sean won the match. Yeah.
Oh no.
Anyway, that's history. And by history, I mean 2 days ago.
Nice control from Simon. Oh, he's not slightly far. He wanted to stay higher. That called it a little too soon. He's the wrong side of this now, and has to absolutely take his medicine. Basically, just want to see whether he can't pull up. I think the black passes to the bottom left as well. So I think. Oh, the double. Reasonable attempt there from Simon. Well, as to be expected, things happening here quite quickly.
So,
Options here.
what do you think about Jakey on the yellows here? How does he?
I was trying to work out
He's got to
whether I'm
double
reds or
this
yellows
ball.
on the other table. at the
You know what
time.
I reckon happens?
But
I reckon he's
Oh, he doubled.
so he's got to address the balls at the top of the table, right? Those two,
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
and then he gets on this double, and or maybe he rolls his ball in now and then plays the double and swings round. But those two balls at the top of the table are a big issue.
I think, yeah, it's a bit of a funny set in that there is a little issue at the top there, so you don't really want to be just taking it on full-blooded. But I think he might try to extract it here. I think he will. I think he'll just knock it out. He's going to attempt to knock it out there. Don't know if that was his plan all along. You don't really want to lay up, and even if it is a two-rail escape, the red's just too over the pocket.
Yeah,
to be
I
really
agree
given
with you.
opportunities.
It's looking a bit too scary, isn't it?
I feel like I would like to be trying to get straight on the ball down that right rail and sort of play it off the rail, off the ball to push the red across, but only slightly to play a safety that can actually come out fairly safe.
I reckon Jake
just takes the
double. It looks like he's going to the double in the corner. If so, that's incredible. No, never mind.
Yeah, I see what you were saying.
Either way, it's still incredible. What a great shot. And now you just cut this in and screw it off with a bunch of right-hand side and get the perfect cannon and then tap.
This is going to be...
What do you reckon?
This is going to be an absolute example of Jake's cueing and timing. It's because he's going to pull this up. He's going to get screw and right-hand side on it and still not overplay the ball to the top left pocket. He's still going to hold the white.
What we're going to see from this shot is just how good Jake is.
Yeah,
I think.
I agree.
Because I think he will pull it off, and we'll just know that he's the best player in the country, and this is why.
Like the execution on this shot is so tricky. It's like the majority of players would just they'd rather try and pot that. Oh, he's actually got it.
He's just landed on the plate.
He's held too hard.
Which I think was his plan. Given how he played.
No.
You don't think that was his plan? You think he tried to counter that?
I think he had a little head shake. I think he knew how hard that was to hold, and he's hit it that good.
Alright. I see. Well, actually, the plant is tricky, isn't it? Because you've got to punch the plant and then get the wide off the side of the rail.
Yeah, the white's
he has to hit it harder than he wants.
White's going to the left rail, yellow's going to the top rail.
There's less ability for the pocket to extend the ball.
Nice. He's screwing off it. Oh.
No, he's missed it. Yeah, it was a really hard shot. Okay.
Yeah, I think if all he had to do was pot that plant, there was absolutely no issue in the world. But to try and control the other two is what's made him miss there. Kurt with another black, rattling him off. I knew these matches would move a little faster than the last ones.
Come on, Kurt.
Meanwhile, Kurt made a spectacular out on the left-hand side. What a hero. I reckon this match on the left-hand side will be one for the sort of ages, you know? These two guys who just go for it all and do these spectacular things, and they're just great to watch. And they're playing each other in the semi-final of this huge tournament. It's brilliant.
Well, I feel a lot of people probably wouldn't give Kurt the credit he's due in 8-ball because of, you know, he played the Pro Series and obviously proved himself there to the people who watched it.
He's won an Australian title.
Yes, but like not somewhat recently, kind of thing. I think because he's been away from the game and playing snooker and stuff.
I'll ask this. Who
like,
do you think gets more credit, Kurt or Ricky Emery? Because both have won an Australian title. Ricky's was more recent. I think both are underrated at the same time. But I think Ricky's not played for a while, and so's Kurt.
Yeah.
But Kurt still plays snooker.
Come on, mate.
That's a good question, really.
Random, stupid, pointless question, but I've asked it, so let's get an answer.
Well, Ricky won a berry, not ridiculously long ago.
Kurt won a Pro Series. Kurt won the last thing of
Pro
the Pro
Series
Series,
champion of champions. So he won an event and he won the winner of the winners.
Yep.
He
played 10 in the
so
final.
you've got to say Ricky probably slipped under the radar a little more.
Yeah, probably. But both, anyway, either way, both are both under the radar, and I think they've both shown this weekend how brilliant they are.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, Ricky drew Robbo and Jake, an unstoppable Robbo and an unstoppable Jake, and Kurt's playing Jake now.
I think.
Wait, Kurt's not playing Jake now.
I think this might sound a bit ridiculous to some people, and I don't know if I should say it. But I'll let it out. I called last week before the draw came out. There was 4 favourites in this comp: Jake, Justin, Robbo, and Kurt. And I feel like Kurt would be the outlier here for the quantity of players. Obviously, in what he sold for in the Calcutta, he's so much cheaper than the other guys, considering I put him in.
Kurt's
in
dangerous,
that,
man.
In that
Kurt's
level.
dangerous.
There's obviously all the other players who can beat them. Don't get me wrong. And your Rusties, your Steve Woods.
I'll say I was actually flabbergasted when I saw you were 7-3 up on Kurt.
Me too.
But and that's no disrespect to you. That's just ultimate respect to Kurt. Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. That's was some of the best pool I've ever played. I honestly, I'm 10-8 down to. I've told a lot of people. I was 10-8 down to him.
Playing like a donkey.
10-8 down to him, and I'm like, and I've missed a ball, and I'm like, that feels like the first ball that I've missed for the match, and he's reeled me in from 7-3 down. Like, it's just incredible what he has done there, realistically.
Shot right down.
Don't know how much you guys can hear that, but I
Jake's
think you know
got
who
his
the
fan
crowd
club
wants to
here,
win.
absolutely. Brenton's shouting. Who else is shouting? JR's the umpire, so he can't be shouting. Or at least it's a bit disrespectful to do so as the timer/umpire to shout out for someone.
Well, he might let a little one sneak in here and there a bit quietly.
Yeah, Brenton's definitely going ballistic.
Yeah, no surprises there.
So Rusty, I just hate that they have timers. It just annoys me for some reason. I want these guys to be able to take as much time as they
play at their full full quality.
And I get
not
that we're
not be
going
rushed
late,
into a
but
shot that they might not be really sold on it yet.
It's so the situations in which these players need to take time for a shot are rare, and at those situations, I want them to have as much time as they want. Yeah. That's my perspective. But yeah, I understand from the viewer's perspective, and also Dan, who Dan being Dan. Needs as much time as well. Anyway, I've got to stop talking about this stuff. I keep getting grilled for it.
I don't think these are the players that will take too long on 3 or 4 shots in a frame.
Yeah.
I don't think that's going to happen. It's going to be one shot in 3 frames. That they might pull up and go, oh, okay, need a double check. There's an option, but I don't like it.
Yeah.
What have I got over here? Kind of what can I actually do to win this match instead of there's a shot.
But anyway, and
but they've all had experience under timers.
Yeah,
I don't think it's really going to pull anyone up too hard.
It just irks me, and it's not just because of how horrific I am whenever I'm timed.
You do have to give some belief to the fact that it's an advantage for Rusty, though.
I think that is
Rusty is
so
probably
true.
the last person of these 4.
How many times has he had 30 seconds called on him in his lifetime? It's probably 2.
Be rare.
And 2 of those times were when he was drinking a beer before his shot.
Let's commentators curse him here. We've nope, he's not in a good spot here, but he's looked at it for all of about 6 seconds.
He's already figured out exactly what needs to be done. And he's played actually a brilliant shot there. He's actually blocked the top rail, which is exactly what he needs to do. He's left the one in an awkward position.
Yeah, what's thin leaves Kurt only an option of the ball over the pocket, which is exactly what Rusty wants to get rid of.
I've heard so many times that Rusty's safety game is underrated, and I think we've just seen why right now. He's played a really good shot there. In 2 seconds, he's known what he's doing. He's played a great shot. He's done everything he needed to do there. He covered the top rail, which means that yellow was a big problem, meaning Kurt has to play that yellow now. So it forced Kurt to play a shot, and Rusty's moved his ball into a better position.
Yeah.
In 2 seconds, bang, done. I know exactly what I need to do.
Yeah.
Anyway, I don't want to fanboy for Rusty too hard.
So it's somewhat understandable. He's a very enjoyable player to watch and a great winner. Great champion. He's proven himself time and time again. And he plays, the most exciting brand of pool that's basically available. Seen a shot he played the other day. It was one of them shots. I don't think there was a heap of people watching the whole match, but this shot just attracted all the attention, and the whole room upstairs was basically looking.
Oh,
and
that shot was absurd.
And he's played.
I know what you're talking about.
He's played the the Jimmy White,
Oh, mate.
the
He made
tur-
the white
the
ball
turn the white
curve.
around on itself.
He made it do a full
and travel backwards.
360-degree arc. It was
Yeah,
incredible.
to get out of a snooker against Sean Dempsey.
Yeah. And Sean was
Understandably impressed.
He looked like he wanted to throw up. It was the most absurd shot I've ever seen. The black's over the hole, and Rusty's made the white do a full U-turn.
I think there was, to add effect to it as well, I think there was a little bit of banter. I think Sean was pretty impressed with himself in the safety that he did play before it. For Rusty to do that.
And Rusty's going, hey, Sean,
What's this?
you may be smart, kid,
Hold
but
my
I've
beer.
been smart longer. And he's gone, bang!
I've seen some things. It's incredible to watch, and understandably,
A bit
yeah.
stiff by Kurt. That was probably his ball to extract his yellow, and it's fallen in. Now he's got to do it all in one shot. He's got to extract that yellow and land on it and find a way to get on the black. So
I think the black goes top right, and that's your only option.
yeah, so he's got to find a way to get this yellow out, be on it, and then get on the black. It's certainly difficult now. Whereas if that yellow's over the hole, he's got a real fair dinkum crack at it.
This is so wrong. I was about to say I think he has to turn it down, but I think he can actually cut it and bring the white off the top
Then
rail
Rusty can play infinite safeties, can't he?
and into that back. It's too thin to be able to really. Oh, there's no way you can screw with side into that. There's no way. He's stretching as well, so off the top rail is just sick in itself. He's tried for it. Despite that, what surprised me a bit in the response of that, I don't know if he's played sort of the thick side of the ball, the thicker side of the pocket to get that wide. But he had to make something happen, so maybe he was giving it a heap of pace, trying to create some magic.
Yeah, he's not got anything near what you can imagine he wanted. So now he's got the three rail nestle in behind the yellow snooker as a shot, right?
I think it's actually available off just the bottom, off just the side.
This is a
and the
4 rail
bottom,
shot.
The side right and the
This
bottom.
is a 4 rail shot.
Yeah.
Oh, that's sickening.
Yeah, he's probably missed that. You will never know because he probably.
But you see how
probably
close he
missed it
got
by
to the
less
line,
than it
that he's
looked.
nicked the red and he's almost got it, which means probably if he's avoided the red, he's actually got
Yeah,
it.
he might have got the black, but yeah.
You know
But he
when you're
wasn't
sort of
far.
convinced that some people see the Matrix? I think Kurt's one of them. And we're living among these immortal humans
Yeah.
But anyway,
Yes.
let's move on from that real quick before we get shut down.
Yeah, that's a we us as a team.
Yeah, Rusty gets these and he goes 5-3.
I believe it. Takes a second glance at this, which is actually somewhat surprising to me because it looks like he just rolls through this, plays the red to the left center, and it gets you low enough to be able to play the red to the right center. I don't think he takes it first still, even though he's right behind it. I still don't think there's value in taking the red. Just looking at it though. It doesn't look that bad to the center pocket. He's taking his time because Jake's in there. Like Jake gave his turn. He wasn't actually thinking about it. Rusty only does 3-second think and then he executes. Both matches travelling at somewhat the same pace, so it's a bit hard to choose one to choose favourites. I would like to think that the Kurt and Rusty match probably runs away a bit quicker.
Alright, I'm back. Rejoice.
And welcome back, Jamie Stevens.
And just while, I've got an interesting fact that I just found out. While this frame's a bit dodgy and this other frame's being re-racked, I just found out that Steve Tran is allergic to alcohol. I didn't even know that was a thing. I don't know how he lives with himself. I just didn't know that was possible. But anyway, that's actually a fact.
Yeah.
Come on, Freak Show!
How come I get back on the commentary and there's a congested frame?
Yeah, there hasn't been a hell of a lot from what I've seen. It's all been pretty fast paced. We've sort of blinked and missed it for the most part.
Yeah, expected the Kurt Rusty match to go pretty quick.
Yeah, probably run a bit quicker.
Oh, look at this shot.
Yeah, wow.
He'll be happy if that goes in.
Oh,
Yeah, it's a good shot.
That's the difference. That's why this match won't pull up like the last one, though. I think Jake's too good at forcing the issue and like in a controlling way.
Yeah, and executing the shots as well. It's a big part of it.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, he's not a player you can really pull the reins on. but
So a good shot in reply there from
He's
Simon as
trying.
well. This is going to be a big safety frame, so good chance once Kurt and Rusty.
Trey just wants
Restart.
everyone to know really, if he was to win that last match, he was going to make the call of 3 guns and a dim sim.
Come on, JK! Come on, Freak Show! Come on, JK!
Jake's, I feel, a touch behind in this frame, but that's open for debate.
I don't really think so. I feel Jake's in control.
Sorry, he's on yellows.
Yes.
Never mind me. I thought he was on reds. Yes, he's definitely got more control.
Yeah, Simon just tried to play a turnover, which might have been what confused you. You might have seen the end of the shot where he tried to pop Jake's yellow in the centre pocket and missed it
So and
in traditional Simon style.
he's just
Apart from missing, but
slowly manipulating his balls into play, Jake, isn't he?
yeah, he's got a sick way of just turning everything in his
Wow.
favour. That's a great shot. I think he's tried for that. Nah, he should be.
Well, he doesn't want pop balls. You know what he's like in this situation? He does not want to pop balls.
Yeah.
So for him, that's a soldier off the table. So, and not only that, he obviously was happy with the white staying there, red over that pocket. I wouldn't surprise me if Jake played a turnover back.
Yeah, he's got 3 bad balls and 1 good one. He doesn't really want to be looking at using his good one to fix only one of his bad balls. So realistically,
So I said the shot earlier in another match, might have been Tranny and Simon. The 3 rail around the angles again, back up to the bottom left area of the table. No point leaving that red up there and doing nothing.
yeah, he needs traffic down here because I think Jake's shaping up to be in a good position to be able to play the yellow to that bottom left. That one that he's
That's the shot.
yeah, it's gone. That's really gone well for him, I'd say, because his other 2 yellows are too good offensively that Jake can actually go into that pack fairly wildly. Really.
Do you think he pots this ball off his other yellow, the one that's near the middle, runs through a bit for an angle to slam into this pack? Do you think he's going to take the aggressive route, or do you think he's going to keep playing safe?
I don't think it's high enough percentage. And I don't think Simon's balls are shaping up offensively enough to really force you to have to do anything. I think he can afford to be patient, but he does like to force the issue.
Well, Jake does like to try and force the issue when they're tricky. That was deliberate. See, he's left Simon his ball in the middle to punch into the pack, but he knows.
There's no way that Simon.
There's no way, exactly.
Oh, well, good distance between the red and the yellow down the bottom left for a skill shot. And
Someone's going to play another turnover off this red. He's going to stun onto the ball bottom left, play another turnover.
can he almost afford to play the red into the pack? No, you can't.
He's not going to play the shot, I said.
It's great. It'd be great. He can afford to with the balls that are out at the moment, but if he plays the red into the pack, he's opening the pack and chancing leaving one of the other 2 yellows on.
And he's bringing his balls into play now. Now suddenly the Reds are looking a little bit better. And Jake may need to go up and down here. But he doesn't really want to leave this red on, does he? So he's looking at cross table.
Come on, Jackster! Let's go, Jackster! Jackster!
What about sort of what forward? I think the yellow. It's not in the perfect position. The yellow that's in the middle of the table. He would like it a little bit closer to the pocket for control of extractions and stuff.
Oh, there's actually a timer.
Yeah, there is, yeah. Oh, wow, he's on that.
Who's asked for that?
The outside one.
Have they both
Yeah.
got timers?
Yeah, they do.
Oh, okay. So they want to get this match up. They want to get a move on before
Yeah,
Slate's license runs out and they have to close.
Yeah. It does sound a bit crazy to be putting a timer on a match between Rusty Wheeler and Kurt Dunham, but
Well, I don't think there's going to be too many calls.
no.
But you know what? We watched Kurt and Justin play. The balls went everywhere, pretty much every frame.
Yeah.
It's amazing how different a match can. This is a horrible break in comparison.
This feels like a one-shot. Oh, there's only one shot you can make this clearance very easily.
Cut in the middle.
Thin in the middle, and you can push some things around, and then these could end up really nice, yeah.
It's got a full contact, which is nice.
Yeah, I'd say that's gone fairly well. He's got the ball to the bottom left now to be able to move the red that's stuck between the two yellows. And doesn't go either way. And then I think they're there, basically.
You've got to be careful when you're moving that red that you don't leave yourself on no shot.
Leave yourself stuck on it, true. Yeah, there's bad things that can happen. But Kurt's pretty... You would have seen him there if there was a full screen view. He does walk around, he checks every time where he wants to hit.
Great
He doesn't
shot.
just want to go into two balls. He wants to hit high on that ball or low on that ball.
Yeah, he's
He's
actually
very
excellent.
deliberate.
He's excellent at judging the spot on the ball he wants to cannon, isn't he?
Yeah.
I'd actually say
did-
he might
did
be
a
one
lot
of the best
against
in the country at it. Very, very accurate a lot of the time.
Yeah,
a lot of-
which is
a lot of
impressive
that-
considering he plays with different size whites, really.
Well, a lot of it will be with his snooker background. You know, he's gone over, played professional snooker for a couple of years. They're always playing little, delicate cannons on accurate areas of balls. Six three to roll. We had the score wrong.
Oh, has he gotten back far enough there? Wow, that's actually a really bad shot. There's no need. I see. Maybe I see why he's done it. The red to the bottom right, that getting out of there, getting the white out after potting it is tricky. So he wanted to be nice and thin on it so as he can get out. I think. If it
Another
plays that way,
turnover.
it doesn't play nice that way.
I think Simon may have played more turnovers in this tournament than anyone for a whole year.
He's caught the bug. Turnover bug.
He's definitely good at this style of game, isn't he?
Oh yeah, he does control it well, and that's it. He reaped the rewards for it in his last match, so you can't blame him for trying to do it. But I don't think it'll last too long in this match.
Well, once again, it's all going to determine how the balls fall out, isn't it? If they get clustered, then... Ooh, bad shot from Rusty.
Yeah, he's had a couple of little loose ones, probably outside of where you'd put.
He's got a good result, though, hasn't
Yeah, he definitely raised his hand there in
he?
apology.
Do you think Kurt can screw down the rail and get the cannon on the yellow, pop the other yellow with the red? I think this is a shot he's going to look at something else. He's looking at the two rail.
Yeah, it's fairly thin. It's a responsive cloth, so I think the shot's available that you were talking about. But whether the
Hang on, I think he is playing. He's hitting low. Oh, no, it was too thin. That was a Kurt special, that. Just not afraid to have a go.
How's the cute turnover here with the white ball off his red? Is the gap available? He's looking at it. Try and just leave the white tucked in there.
Yep.
Jake on the other table forcing the issue. He just had a big cloud, I think, and Simon's been rewarded.
Yeah,
Sure,
Simon's
Jake
looking
who's
good here.
opened the pack.
Misses the turnover. Well, misses potting the ball, still a turnover, but... So Simon going to peg one back, 4-3. Perfectly played. Like it just drifted a touch, didn't it?
I half thought it. I don't think it was massive, but I think it was anything too ridiculous. But it may have been the difference between potting that ball and missing it. Playing along the train tracks. They've had to work out these tables,
I'll tell you what,
considering how new they are.
may want to ask Buffer what the secret herbs and spices are. Oh, that shot from Kurt. Now he's got the skill shot. He plays
Skill
a lot
shot or
of big shots.
turnover though.
I think he plays a skill shot. You watch, you'll have to
A
go.
nasty one at that distance. It's hard to get the wide in.
Soft screw, and he's going to have a long bike. You know, he might play the turnover, but I think he just gets snookered.
Should.
I think he's playing it. He's going to try and soft screw this in. Nah, he's played your shot. Maybe it wasn't there. But I think Rusty's got an opportunity to get a snooker here. Although he has played that in such a way where it's quite difficult to get the white off the table.
Yeah.
That's the right hand side coming up off this. Oh, yep, he's found a path.
Yeah.
He's all good.
Good shot. Yeah, he's got the benefit of that wall. Like it's definitely not outside Kurt's abilities to be able to pot this red quite consistently, but to be able to do it and get the white out for the black adds an element of difficulty and may cause him to miss potting the red. He hasn't even tried to get the white out. Wow.
Oh, I don't think he wanted to pot that. I think he's just trying to hit it high.
Yeah, trying to tuck up on it.
He's in a bit of strife now.
Does he think he was going to get a better opportunity though? Like, Rusty would have had an easy safety, a much easier safety than that last time he played.
Good call there from
More
Jimmy.
certain.
Red was probably too close to yellow to play the skill. He can't get the momentum, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Just sticks.
Well, but when they're really close again, it starts working again. Like you see him play it.
I don't
where
think
they
on
set
this
two
cloth,
balls
though.
over every pocket.
Not on
Yeah.
this cloth.
Yeah, okay, fair.
Maybe on the Superfine or something like that, but on
Yeah.
this, maybe
Yeah, I
not.
would say it's more in the UK that I see them play those shots. Great shots.
Oh,
wow.
Let's go, Jakey. Come on, mate.
sickening blow for Kurt. He's actually going to go 7-3 down from that too.
Yeah.
Brutal.
This is he's been here before, but was not against a player the quality of Rusty who can really run away with things.
And Jake is not pulling the trigger either. He's just going to keep it tight. I think we focus on Rusty and Kurt, yeah, and then it looks like it's going to finish way earlier. Well, I guess it's fair to say it was probably there if he makes the right contact, but still hate to see it, don't you, for such a great shot.
Yeah, I think it really makes the scoreline probably not reflect the gameplay 100%. Like I think Kurt's made errors, don't get me wrong, but I think Rusty has as well. I don't think Kurt's made that many more errors than Rusty.
I'm telling you now, it's 8-3 in a sec.
Yeah.
This has got 8-3 written all over it. And Rusty will not muck around either. He'll just pot them, and before you know it, they're gone.
Only one obstacle, the ball on the bottom rail, which isn't really an obstacle.
Not
It's
really,
just-
is it?
No, there's nothing to it, really. It's just your last ball, isn't it? Or you could just play into the red if you... No, finding the angle playing into the red isn't really where you wanted to try and get your white. So he just stuns... Oh, no.
No, you're right.
He's
He's
got
done.
some angle.
He's good.
I think he's got the option. I think he can do whatever he wants here. He can try and stun and stay straight, or he can run off through it like that.
Jeez, he's judged that well.
Yeah.
And 8-3 coming up. And as I said in the previous match, I said Kurt's just gone nuts and it destroyed Justin just because he's just got such a great run on. But it can just turn around completely in the next match.
Yeah.
That's what makes this game so hard, all these tournaments so hard to win. You constantly need a little bit of luck with the run of the
a bit of
balls.
luck, a bit of break, a bit of... Yeah, it takes every element, basically, to win these tournaments.
Yeah. But the key thing is consistency. You know, making less errors than your opponent.
Yeah.
At crucial times of the frame. So Kurt not having his own way like he did in that previous match, and will require a fight back now. Obviously that did not hurt him because the scoreline would have been 6-4. Now it's 8-3.
Simon with another incredible turnover there to really take control of the frame.
Come on, Jakester. Come on, mate.
Jake,
Trouble town.
what do we call him? The Gronk squad.
See, that's a bit harsh.
Gronk squad. That's what they were called early on stream.
Ah, okay.
Well, this black is on.
Yeah. That's a good read by Jake. He, I thought he'd have to carry some pace into that, but I think he's seen that he didn't need to.
I don't know if he can get behind this. To me, it looks like he's got to give this
so
a
hard.
bit.
Yeah, with
I think he's going up towards more of the red.
It could be real nice as long as the red in the middle of the table is in the way for 3 rails.
I don't think he's near that. Yeah, I thought he was going very close to that red. Yep, that's the one I meant.
Yeah,
sorry.
but I thought, just to.
But he's got something.
A little wider. He's got enough. Yeah. White's hard though. White's really tricky here with the reds over that top pocket.
So he's walked over to this corner pocket to check if there's a line between the 2 reds and that big line on the table. If there is, you could see him dead weight this in.
Trying to find his overhead. I can't see him. Where's that one?
He's definitely on the cut. I think he can dead weight this in, and get a shot on this black.
He can? Really? He's on the pot.
I think he's going to hold. I think this is on.
Really? Yeah, okay. I believe it.
I mean, it's still a big shot, but
it's a statement piece, that this clearance as well, isn't it, though? Like, that really starts Simon thinking, okay, maybe these smart turnovers aren't going to pay off every time. So.
Yeah, good call. Oh, clean as a whistle.
It's an absolute mental, not telling you, but it's an absolute mental game in these race to 11s. Like, and when your opponent does stuff like that to you, not everyone can just get up and play their absolute best in the next frame kind of thing. You feel like, you've just seen it was in an absolutely, incredibly good spot, Simon, in that frame, and without even touching the table after it.
I'm just wondering if Russ has missed that shot because of all the noise.
Oh, I didn't see it. It's kind of what we want to see. We don't really want Rusty to run away with it.
Who's at the table? Is it Kurt?
Kurt.
Yeah, he's a chance to.
Yeah. Decent spread. I think
oh my god,
the black does go under the yellow at the bottom there, I'd say. It's a real game of millimetres, but I think the separation between the yellow and the rail means the black passes.
That little nudge on the yellow to make that red on was big. Kid you not, I'm in the wars. I think I've just rubbed my eye and had chili on my finger.
Oh, no.
God, I'm having a rough day.
Bit of milk for the eyeballs.
Good pot. Still got a lot of work to do this frame.
Yeah, he's the kind of player that can make it look easy, but I'm interested to see how.
Yeah, I agree.
Somewhat. He's got a nice little area where he can land down the bottom left of the table and have options for red to centre or red to corner. But realistically, you do want red to centre first. And then it's a game of millimetres again to...
I'm thinking he's actually going to try and get the line to pot this red in the bottom corner, land straight to the red to the top corner and screw back to the black. But he's basically just said, no, that's not what I'm doing at all.
I think he's playing my... I think he's just going to go down that bottom left side of the table. Ideally, yes, the red in the centre of the table goes to the right centre next. It depends what angle he gets out of this.
Oh, he's got an angle, yeah,
he's
okay.
killing it heaps.
Oh, he's over-screwed it by a mile. It's suddenly really difficult again.
Yeah, especially off the rail. That's not a good result for him. Like, if you can hit the bottom of the white, and you can sort of stun across through that centre yellow.
He's still got this pot onto the top left, and if he just runs the white through, we'll have a shot on this.
Yeah, but it starts getting a little too thin on the red.
I'm thinking you can just check it off the rail and really kill the white.
Yeah.
But it might not be there.
I suppose there's an option to play it off the yellow as well.
I mean, whatever happens here, if he doesn't pot it, he's going to lose the frame.
Yeah.
And these are the things that he was getting right in the previous match. Outside this, he was just getting on the ball all the time, just potting out. Now he hasn't been as clean.
Yeah. Well, can be a game of that. It's a lot easier to do that when you're 8-3 up than when you're 8-3 down.
I think he's playing the shot I said.
To the right.
Well, he's gone the opposite corner of what I said, and I don't think he got on it either. So Rusty is going to have a good crack at these. That just wiped its feet a little bit.
Yeah, he has. Usually I'd say these are a 99% out for Rusty, but he's had a couple of little just loose misses that make it creep to a 95% out, I think.
I'm going to say he gets these.
I agree. Proven himself as an absolute endurance monster, Rusty, in these long races and stuff, through big guns and things like that.
He doesn't tire, does he?
But in saying that, big guns was quite a few years ago.
Well, he's shown no signs of fatigue yet.
Yeah,
Oh, and he misses that.
See what I mean? Like, it's not.
That's a bad miss, actually. All the pressure was on Kurt. However, though, Kurt's got to play a good shot here, bring the black into play. But Kurt likes playing these sort of shots.
Yeah, that pocket's been shut off now for the black. He's got. I'd say he's definitely too thin on this to be able to do anything with the black, unless he plays the red off the yellow.
No, I just wonder if he can get right into it. But he wants to get underneath the black half ball to kick it down to the side row and out.
Yeah. But black into the yellow is probably good enough. But
here we go. Oh, wait. Oh, my God. He's kicked it a different way. That's something. You're right.
We're going to have to start
thin.
calling the centre jaws the Kurt jaws or something at this rate. They seem
crazy,
to work in
isn't
his favour. He's got a bump there, which makes it some like.
You see that?
No.
Simon's broken white's tracking to the corner and gets kicked out of the way by a red.
Oh, really?
And he's potted ball as well to add insult to injury.
If Kurt can play this red thick, like to the thick side of the pocket, I think he can get the white straight enough to skill shot. Right?
Oh, he's going for it. That's how he plays. Do you reckon he can squeeze this inside the yellow? I reckon it's there. I reckon it's a shot. Or he's got a really good line to play the turnover, take the white ball up to the balk line, and leave Rusty a really tough shot.
Yeah, realistically, like I don't think the skill shot is nice. I think the distance between the black and the yellow is nice, but the distance between the yellow and the pocket isn't real good. But in saying that, if you can play a tight white and get the black over the pocket, it's probably your best option, really.
That's what he's played, but he's killed the black, unfortunately, takes all the pressure off Rusty. Now he has options. And one of those options might be to thin cut the yellow, take the white ball up, but he's going to play this one instead. Oh, he's actually going to go for a clearance. Do you think he's tried to pot that?
I don't think so.
There's no way he's tried to pot that.
No.
Just pots too
I think
good.
he would have preferred it not in there.
Now he's thinking.
I think he's done a little minute head shake after it going like.
He's going to try and squat the side rail.
Probably should have not given it a chance to go in.
Oh, he tried to flick it.
Yeah. He doesn't. It didn't really matter. He didn't need the rub. But he's going to give Kurt a full table double basically.
I would have liked a rub.
Yeah, would have loved it. But he didn't need
that's
it.
not good enough. Kurt's got the left side black off two cushions to the top right corner, safety.
Yeah.
And you've got to remember, ex-snooker professional will be used to playing these type of shots a lot back in the day.
Yeah.
Don't know about now, but
his white should be tidy, but it's hard to get the white good and the black doing anything.
At the end of the day, you always focus on the white, aren't you?
Yeah, you want to get back. You don't really.
I mean, realistically,
unless he actually believes he can play the double to the top left and get the white up.
He's going to be trying to push
Like
through.
it's going to take a lot of pace to straighten it out of the mouth.
What's he doing there? Is he going
Mate.
full-blooded? Nice. Oh, look at that. He's actually played this triple. What a maniac. Oh, that's disgusting. That is disgusting.
Wow.
Jeez, he comes up with some creative stuff, doesn't he?
Yeah, people who say that was lucky, I think you
played
need to
that.
watch a lot of Kurt's highlight reels.
He's
To,
definitely played it. There's no doubt about it.
he does too many of them.
What was Rusty trying to do there?
No, he's handed that.
Huh?
He said no. He's actually just gone. You have that frame. I've got a good enough lead,
All right.
which is crazy. Like, why wouldn't you just play a table double?
I don't think he's tried to pop his back. Misjudged it, and
Really?
he just looks like a goose because he's misjudged it. But I definitely don't think he's just given up the front.
That's wrong. 'Cause I didn't really try to read it, but I didn't think he needed to be anywhere near the black. But I may have been wrong.
Now, apologies too, there's a lot of noise in the room now as well, so you're probably going to get not just our voices, but a whole bunch of other people's voices.
Let's go, Jackie! Come on, Jackie!
Jack Phillips with the comment, left Rusty the double kiss double. Jack was showing me these shots.
Oh, into the
An
middle.
absolute expert at them, yeah.
In the middle,
the
yeah.
right distance off the rail, just double kiss it and just go straight in the opposite centre.
Yeah, no, actually, you're right.
Such a wild thing to look at. But
I think it needs to be on the rail, though. It can't be off the rail, that shot. Who's going to be touching the rail?
I'm not sure. You'd have to ask Jack Phillips.
And before we realise, because we've been focusing on the other match, it's 5-all. Jake and Simon.
Putting on a show.
And Jake's, though, got a super opportunity
Not
here.
the first time they played, though, as well. And Simon had a lead on him last time they played.
Jackie, let's go,
They've
bud!
played previously in this tournament. Jake was the one who took Simon's first life. Actually, just put that together. So I don't think Simon would have been very happy with his withdrawing Jake, but I'm sure he's been back to the drawing board and worked out what he maybe could have done better. And he put on a good show last time. I think it was 11-9.
Go, Jackie!
Oh, he's looking the goods here, though, isn't he?
Yeah,
Free show!
yeah, he somewhat makes light work of them. But the yellow's easy to the centre, but you play the yellow to the top left now. Not sure.
I'm wondering
I think
how
you do
straight he is on the
because of-
long pot. Because if he's got a bit of angle to stun on the right rail, the left rail, then
Hold on, keep going.
then he's all golden.
Yeah,
He mustn't have it.
Yeah, I just feel like the link of these is that little bit dirtier than it should be, trying to get from that ball to the left centre to the...
I think he's just going to run through, get the angle on this and play that onto the rail last, and then he's going to swing the white, or he's just going to play for the little, just get past the red, black in the middle, or he could swing it off too and play for the bottom right corner. Depends on what sort of angle he leaves himself. So that's perfect.
Looks like he's got the biggest pocket in the world.
I wonder if he's actually
Yeah.
going to use the red to open up the pocket for the black, because it would make
It's
life
actually-
much easier.
It's actually not an enormous pocket. Well, you can pot it off both balls anyway.
No.
Kind of thing.
Oh, he's gone this way.
Yeah.
Okay. I think he would have liked to nudge that red a little
Yeah.
further.
I feel like if he had him again, he probably takes that ball to the top left and changes the mapping a little bit. But
Is this on?
yeah, off both, off either.
That red looks miles away from the middle.
Nah, it's actually, if you look at the overhead up here, it's actually
Oh, you're
nearly
right, it's right over the
half ball
pocket
with the
almost.
jaw.
Yeah,
This
yeah.
is an enormous pocket.
Yeah, you're right.
Well on, you cripple!
So 6-5 to Jake.
Come on, Bubba, down.
Kurt's still navigating his way through this clearance. Good shot.
Yeah. Kurt is definitely capable of reeling this in. Like, it was 7-3 down to me, and
Yeah, and then
honestly,
the next match.
yeah,
10-4 down to
yeah,
Mark Owens.
10-4 down to Mark Owens and reeled that into 1-11-10.
One Mark will never forget, I'm sure.
You do like to think that Rusty wouldn't let it swing. He's just going to break too good and make clearances, but it's not outside of Kurt's capabilities. He can really make it so Rusty doesn't have to make many errors.
Well, the brakes can dry up too.
Yeah,
that's a real possibility. We've seen that many times.
Oh, everybody knows it. Yeah.
That's a good break from Simon. Wants to be on a ball, and he's on the reds. Reds definitely the balls. Or the black is probably the only issue. However, if he pots the ball to the top right, gets the white ball sort of in a line of where it is right now. He's got the ball to the left, kick the black out. Only tricky part is he needs a link.
Yeah. It looks like the red to the right of the yellows. You'd like to have the ball to the centre after. Just getting the white out of there could be annoying.
That's a good shot. Oh. Changed my mind. But now he probably stuns into the yellow.
Yeah, he can control this nicely, I think, and pull the white into the yellow, or even like a red soft. You can bump the red up soft.
Yeah, I think the reason he hasn't taken the ball ices is because he can get down the table and get on it earlier, and then he has the link when he kicks the black out, you know.
Yeah.
So there's definitely a better path. Oh, this is on. Okay,
So
that
then
makes life better.
So then realistically it's all about trying to move the black before you have to land on it. So he'd like to leave the red to the top right while he uses the red to the top left to extract. Or does
He may have a go at it now.
I think it's the shot, but whether he plays it, whether it's his shot, is interesting.
Well, I don't think he can drop this in and hold for the ball on the left.
Yeah, I suppose he's got the angle. Yeah, he's very
Actually, you know what? He
choice.
might be able to drop it in.
They do play well. I think the Pro Cups, the response of them is a bit better in this. You can sort of hold the white and get the ball.
Yeah, he's running through. He can hold. Oh, wow, he's belted it. Oh, it's perfect. It's a great shot.
Yeah.
Super shot.
Yeah, that is exactly where you'd place it, ball in hand, basically.
He plays those shots well, actually.
Yeah. But geez, if you land anywhere else, you got to start thinking, oh, maybe I should have bumped the black.
Yeah, exactly.
But he's fair.
Really well controlled again.
Leaves nothing to chance. Here for the equaliser of 6-all. Kurt rattling him off with another opportunity here. 8-5. An opportunity to go 8-6, and they're good.
Mate, I'm not even looking at the chat. They're actually, I think they're actually cheering her on. Well, you'll sort them out, mate. I think they're actually cheering her on. I actually like her voice. So, mate, I don't know what you want me to do about it. Okay. So apparently there's some comments being made about Taylor the unappreciative. So if you can pull up on that, that'd be actually are upsetting some people that are actually here. Oh, good break from Jake. Although, where's this white ball going? He's okay.
That's funny how the ball was travelling down. I was like, oh, maybe it is a chance. And I was like, nah, it's like 2 balls off.
Does he have the line? Is this black on, do you think?
I think it is. I think there's no way it can't be on, really. From where the way the balls are positioned, I'd say yes, 100% it is. I think he's got to pop the one closest to the pocket first and just screw straight out.
Jeez, he
Juiced that.
Yeah, he got into it a bit much, but he's still okay. The line's right, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, it was one of those ones, might have been one of them ones where you wanted to come back sort of quick. You don't want it to skid or move sideways before it comes back, but I don't think you needed to quite get into it that much. Shouldn't matter. Should go 8-6.
Yeah, it's a good comeback. So, reeling it in a bit more. Kurt has arrived.
I did tell Kurt he had to stop doing this stuff or he's going to upset people, though. Let them get these head starts and then reeling them in.
Yeah, he's not bad at it, is he?
Oh, it's
He might
unbelievable.
be taking Michael Scary's crown for the comeback kid.
I wish mine and Kurt's match was on stream so I could actually go back and be like, okay, I did that, and like that.
Yeah, we'd
that
all like
maybe
that, wouldn't
cost
we?
me a frame kind of thing. Like, what do I do better next time? Like, because I just didn't feel like it was that much. Don't get me wrong, there was errors. Wasn't perfect pull from there, but not as much as you'd think you'd have to make to get reeled in.
Big break from Rusty again. And this is the problem if he keeps getting spreads like this.
Yeah.
Although he's opener, I think he would love yellows.
I think he's got the red to the centre. It could be a little bit straighter than you want, but that's what he's looking at.
I'm actually
whether he
wondering.
can get low on the next red after it.
He really wants yellows.
I agree. Yellows would be lovely, but I don't think he's got that option. Don't think he's got that luxury.
I mean, he did have the option to play safety.
Yeah.
You know, tuck in behind the yellow, but it's not Rusty's way. And straight away, he's got himself an angle to get the kick.
Yeah, this should bump. Should hit the high side of the red. Oh, low side of the red, okay.
Oh, it hasn't gone well.
I think high side of the red was better there. But shouldn't really matter. Oh, he's come
This
across
must
early,
go.
Okay.
This must go.
Yeah,
I am,
I
mate.
thought
Come on, Dexter.
it does make a lot of sense what he's done there. I thought he would use the red that he was tucked up against to get there, but to get to the rail first means you don't have to screw off the ball down the rail. Makes life easier.
Oh, they're all just stunning across.
Yeah, I think he's alright, yeah.
Look at that beautiful drift.
Yeah, that's
Got
a
the
nice
Tokyo
shot.
drift on that, hasn't he?
It's,
Will do, buddy.
it's not a...
Thank you.
Gavin Roberts comments from Supercoach. He's cut himself off from the
Come on,
bar.
Dexter. Come on, mate.
Cut himself off, he said.
Rusty stops the rock.
Dexter.
He's just a little worried he might get his kid off and do another streak. So Rusty says, no, I do.
Jake with a nice long red.
Cans it. 7-6 coming up. There's not much separating these two at the moment, is there?
Nah. It's hard to argue with Jake's finishing in matches, though. Like you've really got to lock him out to.
He's just got up off the shot. I think he's something in his eye.
Yeah.
He's got back down now. He's all right. There it goes.
Looked straight at me after he potted that black. I wonder if it was anything to do with me cheering for Joey when Joey was playing against him.
I think this scoreline with Kurt and Rusty is getting very ominous now. It's a lot of breaks for Rusty to still have.
Yeah. But Kurt just, what did he do? Three before Rusty's won there. So if you can do another three, then
Apparently,
there's a match.
the guys are just talking that there was a huge out Jake just played. We were focusing on the other frames. We didn't even see it. That's poor form from us. So you can only sort of watch one at a time.
Yeah, it's the trouble with you try to commentate both tables, and it just makes an absolute mess.
It
to
gets
what you're
confusing,
actually
doesn't it?
talking about. The yellow to the top left, and they're like, there is no yellow to the top left on the other table, but
And you kind of get caught up as well in a frame, and
yeah,
you're trying to map it yourself.
You're a bit invested in it. Oh, really? Like, yeah. It's hard to do too, and have a fair idea what's going on.
Good break from Simon.
Yeah.
Really good control, but he's somehow gone dry, has he? He has.
Yeah.
I don't think he can time the break better than that.
Come on, mate.
That's got to be Kurt that played that shot. Yep. You can just tell.
think he needs a bump on that red, the left red, but I think he's got the angle to do it. He can. I don't think he squeezes in there to try to. Well, in saying that,
I'd almost say he's actually over aggressive, Kurt.
how does the red play for the plant up the top left? How does the red?
Come on, JD.
I mean, this
the
is
red
really
that's
hard,
about
right?
to become the lowest one. Yeah.
Great shot.
Yeah.
Jeez, he gets work, doesn't he?
Yeah. Yeah, he does.
And now he's actually, you can drop this in. He'll have a line for the 2 rail to get behind that other red. But how do you get on the black?
Yeah.
Probably another deep
Well,
scruff side rail, other side
yes.
rail, and back down.
You need to be in line with the right centre pocket, basically, to play 2 rails and down.
Rally's a shot play with a lot of reverse side. Look at this. Oh my god, it's
he's played the
disgusting.
fizzles.
That is a great shot. I can't play that shot.
Yeah.
No. I don't have the ability. I'll be honest. I don't have the ability to play that shot.
Really?
Every time I try and play it, I'll miss the pot by a mile.
Yeah. Okay.
Or I just won't get into the cue ball enough because I end up
find
jabbing
I can be
it.
really consistent with them, but you have them sometimes. Sometimes you get too much side and not enough screw, and you sort of don't get the pace into the rail to really let it run. I do. I say,
Oh, he's popped.
I say you
Wow,
do.
that nearly ran in. I don't think you would have complained if it went in.
I find the top spin with massive side shot like so much more difficult than the
Oh, I'd
screw
much
with
prefer to play the
reverse
top of side than reverse side. Extension call. They've got extensions as well.
Oh my god.
JR's looking over there real confused, like there's extensions?
Rusty's.
And he's doing the timing. JR's timing the wrong match, isn't he?
I think he.
Oh no, he's timing the right match.
I think he says extension, but he means timeout because they're just getting him a rest.
Well.
Wait, what has Kurt done there to let Rusty back?
Yeah, good
I missed
question.
that. No. Oh, he must have rattled the ball over the pocket because Rusty's just played the turnover, so he missed that one. Okay. Yeah, does this play?
Come on, JD.
I can just see Kurt playing some ridiculous shot in a second.
Yeah, well, I'm looking at the double and what the white's doing.
I'm looking at some dumb cut on this red. White ball goes flying, does stuff.
Oh, I thought that at first, but I think it's not there. I think it's too thin. I think the red pushes into the red. The double is sort of his only option. White ball's about all he can ask for as well. It's probably nice that I think worst case here, he bumps the second red in.
Do you think he actually even plays the promotion on the red off the other one? But that yellow is going to play big that his cue's next
I don't
to.
think you can count on it potting it. I think you need to sort of play the soft, deep, screwy kind of drag shot to pot the ball to the top right and just play for like a full bump on the yellow.
He's looking at the double
to clear it.
because he's a maniac.
Why?
It's just how he rolls.
Like, there's going to be a lot of pace going in there. Yes, it can go wrong, but it just looks like what you've got to me.
I don't know if he can. Like, if he has to punch this double in, stun off a side rail, get position on the last red, it's going to straighten the red up. I don't know if that yellow comes into play or not. It's in the top rail.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's what I thought.
That was.
Surely he hasn't played this.
Yeah, I don't believe that. But I don't believe. Yeah, I agree with pace. I don't think the gap was even there for the shot that he's just played.
He's in a very lot of trouble now. Oh, wow, that's a bad shot.
Missed. So offensively, this yellow and red down the bottom left is nearly exactly where Rusty wants it. Arguably, he would like it to the other side of the pocket so he can play it from most of the table. But it's not nice for Kurt.
Look, Kurt's going to continue playing these insane shots because that's just how he plays.
Yeah.
And I like it.
And he
because
probably has to, really. Like, there's no point pushing balls around, I think, against Rusty. You're not going to...
I love the highlight reels he creates.
Yeah.
He's going to... Surely you can't sit up on this. He's going to try and screw off with this.
I think he's trying to bump it.
Just he plays
I
this
think
shot.
he wanted just a touch on it.
It needs to clear. It hasn't cleared. Uh-oh. Here comes a smash. And you know what?
hard to
He's going to
smash,
play
too.
for the top right-hand corner. He's going to play for the top right-hand corner, I'm telling you now.
I don't think it's on. I think he has to swerve to get to the line to play it off the side rail to the top.
I don't think
So I
he
don't
does.
think he can get the pace on it. I don't think he's even near that.
I reckon it's just straight side.
I think he can only just get the red thin with straight side.
Yeah, you might be right. So you're looking
I
at
do
it
watch
here.
a hell of a lot of CueballTV. I like to think I'm an expert at calling from the angle.
What's he doing here? I think he's going to try and play the turnover, is he?
Yeah,
Bottom side of the red.
Maybe just try and catch the bottom.
No, he smashed it. And should be frame over.
Yeah.
It's actually amazing that he's hit that so perfectly to keep the red like that. He just checks to make sure this yellow passes the red. I'm pretty sure it does.
It looks a little bit tight to me. I think it goes, but I don't think you've got the full pocket. Looks really tight.
Oh, I don't know. Overhead's, I don't trust the overhead a lot, but to me the overhead says it probably goes all right.
It probably, yeah. If you're behind it, I don't think it's an issue at all.
Oh, that's gone a bit astray. Not intended.
No, I think it's.
There's no way he's played for there. I think he played for the 2-ball plant next.
Yeah,
Drop
maybe.
it in, then he's got balls in the middle. I mean, obviously
Yeah.
he's got backup balls, but definitely don't think he played that. Oh, going to come down to his position on the last yellow.
Well, there is always the argument. Does Rusty play the game, or does Rusty's game play itself? Sometimes it looks like it plays itself.
Oh, sorry if you can hear my coughing. I'm trying to take my mic off before I do it, but
Got the rest out again. 2 in 1 frame. No, maybe that was the last frame.
okay. I mean, all this stuff is irrelevant. It just all comes down to the last yellow, doesn't it?
Yeah, somewhat interesting. But which way do you play it though? I don't think it's silly to play the top left ball first and try and get the rightish angle.
I prefer
from
this.
that yellow to the center. But
I
this
don't
shot-
think I want to be that straight, though. Jesus.
But this is the execution shot that you talk against every opportunity you get.
Yeah, true.
The rest was the other side was natural. Yes, there was a lot of pace control. But
Well, the only other thing I can think of is it doesn't go inside to the left pocket, so he's screwing down
he is
to the
straight
right.
on it. So I think yeah.
Jeez, he's hit that well, hasn't he?
Come on, free show!
But I think not quite.
What's happened here? Simon has just missed a black.
I think he could have gone a lot further and had options for it to the center and stuff.
Which
I
could
think
be
he's
huge.
okay. He's got to play this nice, but it's definitely in Rusty's wheelhouse.
Good shot. So Simon's just let Jake off the hook there, missing a black. And 8-6 instead of 7-all. And Rusty is on the hill. Looking good to make another final of a tournament.
There you go.
The supreme leader.
In the chat as well. Got James Delahunty and Jack Phillips doing their own chat commentary.
They're doing chat commentary. Good on them.
For you guys to enjoy. Two other experts of the game.
Check the break, leaving
Need
8-6. Come on, free show! Another free show! Get out, Jakey!
Yeah, great break from Rusty. Deserves a nice spread, and he's got one.
Oh, it doesn't
He
pot
has
a
got
ball.
one. Rusty? Yeah.
Oh, sorry, I was just looking at the Jake match. Rusty's on reds, yeah?
Yeah, should be it, I believe. He's got to move the yellow where the black is. Doesn't have to, but it's probably the easiest way about things. It probably needs to be done early.
I think he's going to
It's
use
not
the
your
last
last
ball. I think he's going to use the one at the bottom, just nudge into the yellow. And
Yeah, but you've got to slide past the black. Like it likely will. It extremely likely will slide past the black. You can catch the black a little bit.
no, I think
make
he's going to
things
go into the
easy.
yellow and just play it from the yellow.
Oh, really? Yeah, maybe. I don't think his white ball's where he wants it at the moment. But he's fizzed his way out of trouble. Has he got the red? The red goes through to the centre.
He's definitely made a little bit of a mess of this, hasn't he?
Yeah, I don't think it's as tidy as you would like. Because he doesn't want to go too high up the table to be able to play the screw with right-hand side off the top right ball to get to the bottom left ball.
So he's going to be happy to just drop this in, come off the side rail, screw up the table. This is good.
He's played that with running side and everything. So when I'm sitting there thinking he wants the holes, he's like, "No, I'll show you."
Doesn't want to be. Oh, wow.
Nah, maybe he won't show you.
Oh, he's gone in off.
That's
not quite.
That's.
I'm surprised he didn't screw up the rail. He's obviously trying to go the 2 rail, and he's just caught the yellow.
I don't know. I think. I think he definitely could have got the red a lot thicker.
I think all he can do here is double kiss the red.
Tried to do the other.
Double kiss the red, leave it on the yellow. Yep.
Yeah, good white.
And I like how he's played that because instead of keeping it dead on the rail, he brings it into play, and then Kurt can't just play a run-off safety really easily.
Well, he can play a run-off safety here.
I think he's just going to. I just think he's going to flick to the side rail.
Yeah.
Little delicate shot.
He kills the black as well, though. I suppose that's in his favour at this stage.
I'm surprised he did that only because the across table becomes available now.
Yeah, and red off the yellow.
In it goes.
Yeah.
So I'm surprised he's done that.
Yeah, I think he missed the trick. I think it was snooker with the yellow, not snooker with the black.
Agreed.
In saying that, it is very well done by Rusty to finish off a match.
Yeah, great job. And the bloke that bought Rusty in the Calcutta suddenly has a very loud voice.
Simon in trouble? He's obviously on yellows the way he's looking at it. Or
He's been on this clearance for some time, trying to work his way through it.
He's playing a double. It makes sense. He doesn't have much other choice. Is he grazing the second? No, he's not grazing the second yellow.
So well played, Rusty, in the final.
Oh,
jeez, he was asking a lot there, wasn't he?
Yeah, especially to try and play it off the white.
Not only that, he still had heaps of trouble.
No.
Big chance for Jake to go 9 here.
Yeah, he needed a miracle shot there, I think. I don't think there was any real sort of layup safety that would have gotten him any real result. For mere mortals, I would say this, like the plant he may be forced to play, is an issue. The 2 reds stuck together to the left centre, but I think like Jake just making it real easy.
Oh, yeah, I don't think this is difficult at all. As long as he lands low or straight, no problem. Would love to skill shot this in and just not have to worry about it later.
Carry on. Yeah, but
not that it matters.
It looks like he is in between.
Oh, he's playing the bottom one.
He's in between the 2 balls, so whichever one he plays, he goes away from.
Yeah, I thought he might be happy with skill.
Yeah.
Come on, mate.
Checkage.
Yeah, I don't think he's
not nice, but it's a no.
He's not 100% happy with that.
Yeah.
He just has to hold this a little bit. Make him run through, but he's okay.
Yeah. I don't think it's an issue. It's just not quite where you want.
So, the oversized cranium, Jake McCartney, 9-6, and says, I'm out of here. Not sure Jake's got enough support in the crowd. You can actually see his sister is there.
there's a few. I don't know if there's any Queenslanders left in the room.
I promise you right now, if Jake was to lose this match, the whole crowd's gone. Gavin, he said he cut himself off. He's just not. Maybe it's water.
It could be. It was brown water, but it could be water. It could be a Coke.
I'm cutting myself off. Don't serve me. I have drank too much.
He's sculling Cokes.
There's no way that was Coke and Skull, was it?
VJ Randall there at the table, but I didn't hear him making a lot of noise for us. Josh Hand still in the room.
I think all the Queenslanders have been in the room because they're probably staying down the night, not flying back
Makes
tonight.
sense. There he is. He's back.
Will he get a standing ovation?
So I'm surprised he didn't. At this rate.
He's come to give me a high five on the way past. So, work for Simon to do now.
See how he's feeling about it, whether he plays the tight game he tried against Trenny or whether he
I love
feels
with
he's
Gav.
got to keep things moving.
I love with Gav when you bring up the streak night at Berry's, and he goes, "Coldest day of the year." Now, I think the semi-finalists, what do they take home? A cool 5,000?
Yeah.
What's going on here? He's got his own rack. Is this allowed?
He's pulling out the big guns. He's been there for quite a while.
He's
racking these
pulled out
balls.
his own rack. Interesting.
He is making sure of it.
Interesting.
He could have racked those while Jake was in the
He might have been using them the whole time. He's just chucked it under the table, so...
Yeah, he may have. I haven't paid. Been too much excitement going on to be watching Simon rack balls.
They look exactly the same as every other rack, I reckon.
All right. How's the shadows? Well, the gap between the second and third ball on the right-hand side. Do you think that means the yellow goes to the right centre? The front yellow. Let's see. Now he's going to play the wide around the table and then accidentally bump the racket and do it again.
Hey, he must have gone to the toilet. I don't know what he went in and come back out.
Come on, Jake, start.
All right. Let's not muck around, guys. Still got a final to play.
Simon the Great, trailing 9-6.
Wonder what Rusty's saying on Facebook Live at the moment.
Oh, you're nearly right about that yellow in the middle. He's basically on there going, the supreme leader has just got one more to go. Big Daddy's bringing the cash home to Queensland.
I told you guys, you peaked too soon. Daddy's back.
The strawberry blonde phenom's back. I told you I've won them all before. Ya Harvey Bays, just add this one to me list. I'm making history. Meanwhile,
It is
Simon
great to
at the
watch,
table.
though. I must admit, I am a big fan of it. I get real disappointed when sometimes he just shows you him pouring concrete. Shows you his boys pouring concrete. I was ready for some big pool banter.
Good shot, that.
Yeah.
You feel he's going to punch into these, yeah? Unless I'm not seeing a route, but feel he's got to punch into the red. Pretty full.
Yeah, I feel it is the shot. Doesn't
Gotta be
feel like
careful not
his
to kill the
type of
black.
game, but sometimes when you're forced, you're forced. Because he needs the yellow, the top yellow. He needs more options on that as well, I think, at this stage. I think just leaning on it high or playing it to the top rail or playing to the top pocket aren't good at this stage.
I just feel he had to. The black's still on. He's okay.
Yeah, that's okay.
But he hasn't really got great development of these two yellows. Although they do. The right of the two will go to the bottom right corner, so he might be able to swing around the angles now. Primal Eater, thanks for your $15 donation. I think you've thrown a few bucks CueballTV's way over the days. Thank you very much.
He donated earlier while I was on the way here. Another one of the great Rusty quotes.
Rusty quote, yeah. I like the Brett Rogers quote the best. His quote is, I may not be the best, but I haven't seen anyone better. So he's decided to take a safe route. I'm still wondering how he's going to negotiate all this.
Yeah, I think he might be straight. I think he's got a little bit of angle the wrong side. He wants to run away from the left yellow, where I think he's running towards, so he's got to play that shot, which is
controlled
horrible. Yeah, but considering sort of the shot you have to play next, that's a horrible shot to be playing in this circumstance.
To the top right.
Yeah, you don't mind it when you have to play that shot, and okay, you do that, you clear up kind of thing. But with the work to do, it could be a real class clearance.
He's also looking at the left middle, so deep screw maybe off this.
Yeah, I did think that.
I think
He
he's
might
playing
come
for
out
that.
to play yellow to the left middle. I think, because I think the black only goes to the right.
Yeah, right middle.
Yeah, so
He's got a good angle.
So to get behind that yellow and play that to the left middle, even if it does go,
He's
just
good here.
wasn't-
He's got to make the pot.
didn't offer nice white ball. Where this is standard white. Just needs some good execution.
Missed it.
Oh,
And he couldn't have put in a worse spot.
has given it a run too. It's an admirable effort, given this stage of this kind of match.
Well, he really had no choice in the end, did he?
Yeah.
He committed to the clearance, didn't get it. That's interesting.
Yeah, I don't think that's quite where how he wanted that to respond.
He does have shot to nothings for days, though.
Yeah. I think he wanted to be sort of straight on the red to the left above the black. I think was what he was playing for there. He's just come through it a bit much.
I mean, there's no doubt he's going to have a dip.
Yeah.
While that yellow is completely dead, there's no other thought in his mind other than go game.
Yeah. It actually, it really frustrates me when people play safeties in this kind of frame. It's like, yeah, okay, it's not 100% chance you make the clearance. You got to do a little bit. But like, why do you want to give them an option to move the ball at the top rail?
So you end up putting yourself under more pressure. I think Jake's going to look at playing the ball in the middle, railing the other ball and get behind this red that's furthest from the black of the two.
Dirty as it was, on the overhead, the plant looked okay. Sort of no reason to play it, but it looked like it played nice.
I reckon he's a little bit straight on this. He's going to have to deep screw off the side rail, is he?
I think he plays it top.
You reckon he's going to play the red to top right?
To play the red to the top right, because you want to be the side that he is of the red to the top right anyway, to get away from the second red. You can
he's screwing it.
It's okay.
Oh, he couldn't land it better.
Yeah, just put it there.
Oh, actually, is he straight?
It's a quarter of a ball short, I'd say.
Oh, it's perfect.
Go on, Jakey!
Great control. More donations coming through. Thank you very much, Chris Pullett. And Jake is about to go on the hill, and I think it's going to be very hard to reel him in from here.
Well done, Jakey.
Well, if you were to pick two people to make the final, Jake would have been an obvious choice on most people's mind, and I think Rusty would have been fairly picked as well.
Yeah, two very popular players around Australia, so it's great. Great for the game for them two to make the final. I was saying earlier, it's good, as much as I'd probably like Robbo more than Rusty, it was kind of good to see Rusty beat Robbo and sort of prove that he's
still around.
Flying. Yeah.
Richard M, $10. Thank you very much, mate. It's funny, as I said, Robbo went absolutely berserk, and then it didn't happen for him in the next match. As I said, you still need a little bit of a run.
Yeah.
But, he did miss a few pots in that match as well.
He's got a red. Yellow tucks up behind the black, though. But that doesn't matter because...
I don't think the red passes, so he's going to have to go yellows,
Yeah,
isn't he?
yellows, I think. Yeah, I was thinking reds at first, but the gap for the red underneath the yellow might not be there.
He's having to think about it.
I think 10-6 up, you're extremely happy with this, honestly.
I was just about to say, yellow in the middle, slip between the gap between red and yellow. You've got the bottom of those two yellows that are just sort of on the black spot, and then he can start working his way through these balls. Definitely the ball near the rail is accessible and will be able to be played off the black.
I think he's on it just. Yeah, he's okay.
Is he a bit straight though? Because don't forget he's got to transition to something else.
Yeah.
Does he look straight, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Maybe able to pinch and just screw back, sort of to where he is now, and then he's still on the other yellow.
It's an annoying shot, the yellow to the top left from distance, because you really need a bit of bite in the white kind of thing to get around the other yellow, but...
Oh, he's forced the hell out of it.
Forced himself up. Yep. Now you can trust that the side's going to stay on the white. You don't even need a screw. You can just play that straight side. I think
he's got to get into it a bit, doesn't he?
He's screw. He's played bottom. I thought he could have played that softer with side, but it's a risky shot.
It's actually perfect.
Deviate on you a bit.
Well, actually, it's probably a little thinner than what he would have liked.
Yeah.
Don't be surprised if he drags this in with a tracer right hand side.
Yeah, I think it is a fairly nice line to come straight down towards the...
Or is he going to play it now?
The right-hand side rail.
Is he going to play it now?
Could. Realistically, you're expecting these yellows to come out pretty nice. Like, you'd be unlucky if they don't.
Oh, he's potted clean. Re-evaluation time. I think he's just going to bump the yellow to the side rail now, yeah. Doesn't really leave Simon.
Yeah.
Well, he does leave him the red to the top left, but
it's still, if you're blocking that red, you're blocking two. If you can block the two bottom right reds with that one yellow, then Simon's got his work cut out for him.
I think he's got to be a little careful with this shot.
Yeah, if he leaves the doorway for one, then it's as good as letting both.
I'm more, and he's just checking this now. I'm more concerned that if he leaves this shot on, the red in the middle and the kick out on the other red. So,
yeah. I think still at 10-6 up.
Oh, that's really clever.
Okay.
Although he hasn't got it right, I don't think has he, or is he okay?
Well,
no, he's okay.
Yeah.
And you know what? Simon does not want to move that ball on the cushion right now. But he has no real shot.
Yeah, it is a real level above thinking.
Yeah, he's played that really smart.
Yeah. Yeah, to play my shot, you're giving an opportunity. Yeah, it's a tough clearance. Maybe it's 30% clearance.
That's pretty good.
30% chance it goes out well, where I'm like, that's okay because you've got a full frame buffer, but maybe that's why I lost a Kurt.
Chilling. And Nathan Reese, thank you very much for your donation. It's much appreciated.
Yeah, very generous
Now,
guys.
if someone
Well
could just donate $1 million so Dan can give us like 200 grand each. That'd be awesome.
All this goes a long way to helping Dan put on the great setup, the great spread he has in front of us.
Oh, good shot.
Quad monitor.
It's actually been a while since I've done some consistent commentary, and when I came here, all these new gadgets.
Makes it look real easy until he walks away, Dan, and then all of a sudden everything looks impossible.
All sorts of strife here. Simon needs a result. Wow, that's not bad.
As far as a result,
That's not bad.
It's nearly ducked in for him and everything.
I mean, Jake can play for the position, obviously, to that right corner.
Yeah.
And you know what, even kind of play the line of the red, so if he pots it, you know, he's okay.
Yeah. I kind of like this in the way that they're there, but Jake has to earn these to close this match, really.
It's just this one shot. If he gets this right, it's match over.
He's still got to get around the red okay, though.
Look, he can also get low, don't
get
forget.
The white down. Yeah,
you can get low.
But then you've got to go high for the black, or into
No,
the red.
it's going to be a thin clip and just come back across naturally. So this is... Oh, he's missed the pot.
He's fallen at the first hurdle. White was nice, arguably. But in saying that, I think you might like it a little bit lower. It's probably nice. Probably where you want it.
How's the cojones on Simon to get down and play the skill shot on the red onto yellow and inside the black? He would actually leave Jake nothing, and he'd be in all sorts of trouble.
He's looking at it. He's looking at it. It's a great test. Does the red slide behind the black?
Oh, he didn't do it.
What's he? He's just tried to,
He's tried to push the yellow to the rail.
Tried to, put the red where the yellow is.
And that is what we call a fluff up.
Yeah, not the sort of stuff you can afford to be doing at this point.
There's a turnover coming up.
I think so. I don't think the yellow plays nice off the right red. It's available, but it's not nice. The yellow to the top right.
Oh, yeah,
Top left as we see it.
Yep.
I think it's available, but I don't think you got the full pocket.
Oh, he's playing a turnover. He's going to bring this yellow down into play as well.
Yeah.
Ooh, he's jamming.
Is that better or worse? It's worse. But is it?
You tell me. I'm not sure.
Is he on the reds to the centre? I think he is.
He doesn't want to be.
He may be obstructed from. He may not be. There's a possibility that he may not be able to hit any of those balls naturally. He's got to play off the ball that he's next to.
You're right.
He does.
Oh,
I think if he
he's
had the
gone in
point
off.
there, he'd play something with it. So I think.
I tell you what, I know that sounds silly, but it looked very close to a push shot. Even though he's getting right across the line,
Yeah.
it looked very close to a push shot. It'd be interesting to
tricky
replay
debate.
that and have a look at it. Just the way it reacted. It
Yeah, I
looked a bit
know.
funny.
I know what you're saying. Yeah.
But it might have been because he hit it into the jaw. You know what I mean? So just
It's funny how they read them. Being,
But- could be a match
Australian, and we
over.
were allowed to play push shots, and now all of a sudden they're not. I can't say I'm an expert on the subject, but they seem to think, you play them thin enough. Oh, well. Yeah, he has gone. I think I agree with you. I think
it just looked
watching
dodgy
him,
when he hit it.
It looks like the Reds, sort of come back at it to be double hidden.
It's almost impossible not double hit it from that line.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's been done now. Jake's got ball in hand.
It's ball
So
in hand. It makes no difference, but
match is about to be over, folks. We're going to have a grand final very shortly.
yeah, so it's a bit of a funny little shot. Considering it's in the final frame, but yeah, glad it doesn't come into play and have to be questioned. And
I mean, no one said nothing, so they're both obviously happy with the shot. And obviously Jake didn't care because it went in off, so
yeah,
same result, really.
yeah, it's exactly where you want to be on this too. Control that, not have to play that in with any pace that anything can go wrong. If you graze the black, it didn't even matter.
Oh, foul on the red. So, 11-6. 11-6. Both matches.
Yeah.
All right, folks. The stream will continue, will it? Or we will do a new stream? New stream. Once we go live on the new stream, guys, put your predictions in for the final. Who wins? What's the score?
Yeah.
And first person to get the score right wins the lollipop.
Like being back in the golden days. Jake versus Rusty in the final.
Yes.
I say golden days.
All right, we'll jump off. We'll be back shortly with a new stream.
Thanks, guys.
John, you know this? John, you know this? Actually, it's blokes to vote on who the best. Good job. I'm only timer. Hey,